Detroit was not messing with MLK. I'm about to ruin some of y'all childhoods, and for that, I'm sorry. Not really. Who said that? Malcolm X delivered a speech in 1963 in Detroit called The House Negro and the Field Negro. When I tell you this entire speech sounded like it had a professional laugh track because people found it so enjoyable, and the entire speech was basically him calling Martin Luther King a house nigga. They ate that shit up. So there were people in the comments who don't know this history and found themselves appalled. Well, let's unclutch our pearls, friend, and figure this out. The speech was delivered in November, but that summer, the summer of 1963, there was a big march by MLK and a bunch of the other big six civil rights organizers. It had 125,000 people and it went right through downtown Detroit. This march got a lot of press and it raised a lot of money for black civic organizations, but it didn't raise a lot of money for black people in Detroit or really help them in any actual way. Because black people in Detroit were dealing with police brutality. There was a gang of like 4 police officers who made it a sport to hunt and abuse black people, and MLK wasn't doing anything about that. He didn't even know about it. So 3 weeks after this big march, this woman, Cynthia Scott, is unalived by police officers. Broad daylight, middle of the street, several witnesses, it's real justifiable. MLK don't show his face in the place because Miss Cynthia is a sex worker. This time, 2,500 mostly black Detroit residents protest in front of a precinct without media, without MLK. How do you think it went? So when Malcolm comes in November, he delivers this speech and he's like, be peaceable, obey the law, treat everyone with respect. And if someone puts their hands on you, put them in the cemetery. And he calls this that good old time religion. So he is essentially saying that he's preaching a gospel of the oppressed and that Martin Luther King is preaching a gospel of the oppressor. This goes over particularly well in this Black Baptist church, and it kind of explains why the whole speech sounds like a late night rerun of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Suffice to say,